This is my research report video, Shopping During the COVID Pandemic and Beyond. My fascinating idea is that the COVID pandemic has changed the way consumers shop and will stick along long after the pandemic is under control. This is by an increase in online shopping and the addition and expansion of curbside and delivery options. And this is because of restrictions on consumers, and consumers' fear, and consumers' comfort levels. A quick background is that in late December of 2019, an illness that was later described as COVID began appearing in China, and by January 21st, the first case of COVID was discovered in the United States. By March 13th, the first restrictions began popping up, and California was the first to issue stay-at-home orders, with other states soon following. By June 10th, the U.S. reached 2 million cases, and less than a month later, we reached 3 million cases. The relevance of this is that knowing consumers' habits allows businesses to cater to their customers. Successful businesses and campaigns meet their consumers where they are. If customers are buying online more and in stores less, then the successful businesses are going to create or focus on their online platforms, which may even involve closing down physical stores. The most obvious example is at grocery and retail stores. What used to be the coveted, close parking spots are now marked specifically for pickup of online orders. Those numbered spots are a sign of the change in the behavior of consumers and how businesses are adapting to address them. Recent developments include a jump in online shopping. E-commerce used to account for 14% of retail sales in 2018 and almost 16% in 2019. And jumped to 21.3% in 2020. Grocery e-commerce soared. As consumers panic bought and stocked up supplies, grocery store shelves were empty. This caused consumers to turn to online sources for goods they could no longer find. And online orders for those grocery stores jumped as well. Prior to the pandemic, online orders accounted for 3 to 4% of grocery sales. At the height of the pandemic, this jumped to 15%. A recent development example is Amazon's jump in e-commerce. In 2019, they accounted for 5% of all sales, but in 2020, their sales jumped by 60%. Amazon now accounts for 38% of all e-commerce sales, with its closest competitor being Walmart at 6%. When many other businesses were closing or laying off, Amazon actually added 175,000 new jobs between March and mid-April of 2020. And Amazon is expected to exceed $100 billion in quarterly revenue for the first time ever. The social consideration for this is that these advancements are meant to make shopping easier. However, it leaves out those that don't use technology. Consumers such as the elderly, who need a safe way to shop, do not usually use the technology needed for curbside and delivery. It also does not help those who financially cannot afford the needed technology. The issue with this is that even though online shopping has grown and a lot of focus goes into these departments, businesses cannot forget about their other demographics, especially businesses dealing with essential goods and services. In conclusion, while experts do expect these numbers to drop slightly, they also expect the numbers to stay well above their pre-pandemic counterparts. E-commerce went from accounting for 16% of sales to 21% of sales and are expected to increase to 25%. Companies have hired or plan to hire more workers, especially to deal with the increase in online sales, and will continue or begin adjusting the way they conduct business. Businesses that offer online options will see the greatest growth and participation. My first reference gave me the background of COVID. My second reference gave me the specific numbers for e-commerce changes. My third reference gave me the specific numbers for grocery store changes. And my fourth reference taught me the Amazon numbers. To create this video, I used my Apple MacBook Pro, Google Slides, and the recording for Macs. The first steps that I did was I created my slideshow in Google and added animations. To begin this recording, you press Command-Shift and 5 and choose Video option. Press Record, and when you're done, choose Command, Control, and Escape to end. That's my video. Thank